Yo guys, what's going on? Bonzi-chan here, back at you in another TCGO video, and today we are going to be talking about Tauros hammers as our final episode of Road to Seattle before Guardians Rising comes out. So after the Guardians Rising comes out, guys, I'm going to be revisiting all the decks that we talked about, things like Quad Lapras, Volcanion, Turbo Dark, Mega Mewtwo. What else did we do? Decidueye Vileplume, as well as any new decks that could be popping up. I'll also be breaking up a little bit more with some openings. We're probably gonna have mostly openings for the weekend, just to give me time to get all the cards that I need to do videos, such as Tapu Lele, Turtonator, as well as Cocos, as well as all of the uncommons that are really good, like Rescue Stretcher, Aqua Patch. What's the other one? Field Blower, because all those cards are definitely going to be meta relevant. So give me some time over the weekend to get those guys for you. So we will have booster box openings all weekend. I will have it. No, we will have one on Friday. We should have one up Saturday and Sunday too. I have at least. I'm buying a box. So Asians buying a box as well as roasted. So you guys will get to see all our boxes and our pulls. And then I will get back to things starting Monday with the Road to Seattle series, hopefully, so we can get all the cards that I need. So, also another update, we are going to be doing, starting next week or the week after, I'll be starting a new weekly series again, something new. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is, but it's going to be something cool, I hope. Definitely going to help some people out. But enough fooling around, let's get into the deck list. So, the Tauros Hammer deck starts off with 4 Tauros-GX from Sun and Moon base. By now, most people know what this card is, but let's go over it. It has 180 HP. All 3 of its attacks all use double Colorless. The first attack, Rage, does 20 damage plus 10 more damage for each damage counter on it. So if you have 50 damage on it, this attack will do 70. Then Horn Attack does 60 damage just straight up, no other effects. And then Mad Bull GX, it does 30 damage for each damage counter on it. So if you have 10 damage counters on your Tauros-GX, it will do 300 damage and be shooting down anything that your opponent has on in the active. Next up, we have 2 Shaymins for the draw support. Pretty much, if you want to be competitive, you cannot get around playing Shaymin. Next up, we got a 3-2 line of Trubbish and Garbodor. This is to lock out our opponent's abilities after we get set up, since we only play Shaymin. It's the only other deck card in our deck that has an ability. After we use 1 or 2 of our Shaymins, we evolve into Garbodor and lock our opponent out of our abilities, locking things out like Decidueye Vileplume out of all of their abilities, locking out Volcanion out of all their abilities, and just obviously just locking people out of Shaymin and Hoopa. Really good. We play 4 copies of Crushing Hammer just to deny energy. This deck is a control deck, so you'll be playing a lot of energy denial cards and a lot of cards just to screw with your opponent's game plan. 1 copy of Enhanced Hammer. You could bump this up to 2, just because of how much DCE is running rampant. Any deck that plays DCE, such as obviously Quad Tauros Hammers, Decidueye Vileplume plays double Colorless, Mega Mewtwo. Some Turbo Dark variants will also play double Colorless, and then also Darkrai Dragons will play double Dragon Energy. So Enhanced Hammer hits a lot of things that are relevant in the meta. 2 copies of Nest Balls just to get a cost-free way of getting our Tauros on the bench. We can also use this for our Trubbish in a pinch if we need to. Now this is where my list varies just a little bit. A lot of people will run 2 copies of Special Charge. I really don't think you need to run 2 copies of Special Charge. I feel like that's overkill. If they take out enough of your Tauroses, and it's pretty much game over anyway. But then again, with things like Enhanced Hammer, I do see the reason why you would want to play 2 Special Charges. I think 1 is good enough. In my testing, I have not found a scenario where I needed that second Special Charge. Most times, I actually don't even need this Special Charge. So, depending upon how you play the deck and your experience, 1 or 2 Special Charges, make the call yourself. 4 copies of Trainers Mail, just search our trainers and help with consistency. 4 copies of Ultra Ball to grab our Shaymins, grab our Tauroses, grab our Garbodors, whatever. 4 copies of VS Seeker, just because it's VS Seeker and this card is busted. I think I'm gonna sneeze. I'm not gonna sneeze. Okay. We play 2 copies of Parallel City. Parallel City is pretty much the single most used stadium in the game right now, just because it's really good. Limiting your opponent's bench to 3 is awesome. Also, using it on yourself to get rid of your Shaymins off your bench, so to deny your opponent easy prizes. You can also, when you parallel your stuff down to 3, it also makes it so your opponent's grass, fire, and water Pokemon do less damage. 20 to be exact. That's really key on the matchup like Decidueye Vileplume. That all of a sudden makes their Decidueye's Razor Leaf do 70 damage instead of 90 damage. Against Lurantis, makes Power Supply go down to 20. Against things like Tapu Koko in the future, makes it's Skyclaw. Oh wait, no, not Tapu Koko. Against Lapras, it makes their attack only do 140 or 80 respectively. I think that's the numbers. Can't remember. And then Fire against Volcanion, it makes it so if you're most of the time when you play against Volcanion, you're going to limit their bench, because getting rid of more, making them have to be able to use less steam ups is more important than reducing by 20 damage. Because one steam up outweighs the benefit of reducing by 20 already. Play 1 copy of Delinquent. We were playing, this is a control deck, so you want to play Delinquent, deny your opponent hand advantage. 2 copies of Lysandre. This deck's a little bit slower, so you want to play 2 copies of Lysandre just to always make sure you have that Lysandre available to you. This card's kind of an unusual inclusion, but a lot of people are playing it in this deck. I always thought this card was severely underrated, just because it has the potential to give you that one card that you need right now. If you guys don't know what this card does, I don't blame you. So Misty's Determination, you discard 1 card from your hand. When you do, you look at the top 8 cards of your deck, and you get to take one of those cards and put it into your hand. So, say you're in a situation where you really need a double Colorless, play the Misty's Determination, find that double Colorless, say maybe you need a Shaymin, maybe you need a VS Seeker, maybe you need an Ultra Ball. Whatever card that you need, you can, and it's late in the game, you could probably find it off that Misty's. It's not that hard, it's a 1 in 8 chance. Well, not really a 1 in 8 chance, but you get my point. It's really good late game. We're going to play 3 copies of N for draw support and consistency. 1 copy of Olympia, just as a non-item switching card. Really good to get your Tauros out of the active. Maybe your opponent Enhanced Hammers off your double cards, off your Tauros, and you don't have another one in your hand, but you have, let's say, another Tauros ready to go on your bench. Olympia out of the first Tauros, going to the second Tauros, starts swinging again. 1 copy of Pokemon Ranger. Jolteon is starting to see a lot more play, so Pokemon Ranger is really good for that specific reason. Also, it shuts down things. That's pretty much it. It's for Jolteon. That's really what it's for. 4 copies for Sycamore, because it's the single best draw supporter in the game. 2 copies of Team Flare Grunt to deny energy off your opponent's active Pokemon. Say you're playing against Quad Lapras, they have 2 energy on their Lapras, and you know they're going to hit the energy next turn on that Lapras. Team Flare Grunt off, they have to wait another turn. Turbo Dart gets rid of a lot of their damage, especially if you hit DCE or a Double Dragon Energy. Against things like the Decidueye, Vileplume, get rid of that double colors off of that Lugia, really lowers your damage tremendously. 1 copy of Team Skull Grunt, another really underrated supporter in my opinion. You look at your opponent's hand, you discard 2 energy cards you find there. Doesn't say basic, it says energy cards, so you can hit things like DCE, Double Dragon, Splash, you name it. 3 copies of Fighting Fury Belt for our Tauroses, give them that little bit extra HP. This pushes them up to a 220 HP, making them a little bit harder to one-shot, and even sometimes make it hard for them to get a 2-shot. Also give that 10 extra damage is nothing to laugh at. 4 copies of Float Stone for our Garbodors and our Shaymins. Make sure we always have that Float Stone ready for our Garbodor and our Shaymins. And finally, 4 copies of Double Colors Energy. Now, cards that I think Guardian Drivers will help make this deck better. Field Blower is definitely a good option, and so is Tapu Lele. Those are about the only 2 cards I really see from the new set really making its way into this deck specifically. Tapu Lele is good because you can use it as a X-Ball. Its first attack, its Double Colors attack is basically X-Ball. Its ability is Jirachi, lets you search out for that support that you need. And when you play 4 Ultra Balls already, you basically, with Tapu Lele, whatever supporter you need is just Ultra Ball away. And then Field Blower is good for discarding stadiums and tools. Get rid of it's really the only Up until recently, we've had really no really good tool removal. There was Rattata from Evolutions, but that was a 40 HP Pokemon that you had to leave on your bench. Unless you're playing Mega Gardevoir, you really didn't want to play Rattata. Some decks played Beedrill, but that was going to attack. Field Blower being an item card is really great. We haven't had a tool removal card supporter since Xerosic. So Field Blower is definitely be a good card to make its way into here as well. So let's get into some games. Also, time of recording this, the ladder just recently reset, so we are kind of low on the ladder. I played a few games here just to get ready for this video, and I'm up to 35 energy. Some cool cards on the ladder this time around. We got VS Seeker. There's 2 of those up for grabs, as well as Giratina-EX. So there'll be 2 Giratina-EX up for grabs. Grab those guys if you don't have any in your collection. I will be trying to get the second one, both for sure this time around. And then our full art is Professor Juniper. If you only play standard, not really that great because you can't play it in standard. But if you play expanded, Professor Juniper, you can play it in expanded. So let's get the game in, guys. Grab some water. And since the patch that was yesterday or the day before, I've noticed that it takes a little bit longer to find an opponent, not drastically longer. So we're going against a Dark Colorless deck. This could be a Turbo Dark, this could be a Yveltal, pure Yveltal deck. We'll have to see what pops up. Depending upon what our opponent's playing, it depends upon what we do. So let's see what their first active is. We do start off with Tauros, which is awesome. We don't have a draw support, but we do have a Ultra Ball to grab our Shaymins and a Trainers Mail. So I have no idea what he's playing. Nothing really in this hand shows me what he's playing. I would say he's playing a budget deck, but with that many full arts, I don't think he's playing budget. So let's see what he drops down here. But then again, those could have been just cards he might just play a lot too. So let's see what he drops down. And he drops down a lot of Pokemon. A lot. We will take the extra card here. Okay, so he's playing, looks like Evolutions, Darkrai, Oblivion Wing, Yveltal, some kind of hodgepodge of a dark deck. So some interesting things that we can do here is that we can actually oh, never mind, we can't do that. He ends us out of our Delinquent Parallel City. If we did that, that would have just been amazing. Okay, so this hand's not the greatest still. We're definitely going to be Sycamoring after the Trainer's Mail. We're going to Trainer's Mail first, though, in case we grab an Ultra Ball. If we grab an Ultra Ball, we're in a pretty good spot. Plays an Assault, has an Assault Vest in his deck, which is going to be a key factor because that lowers our Tauros' damage by 40. We will probably just be Lysandering out the Darkrai's on the bench and the Yveltal to get the easy prizes. And he hit Elixir, and it has a Special Energy. I don't even know what the Special Energy does because it doesn't see a whole lot of play. So let's take a look at what Dangerous Energy does. Whenever the Dark Pokemon this card is attached to is your active Pokemon is damaged by opponent's EX. Okay, so that does not apply to us because we do not play any EXs. So let's go ahead and Trainer's Mail here. We do get an Ultra Ball, which we are going to take. And we're just going to, since we have the VS Seeker, we're just going to discard our Misties and our Sycamore. And let's take a look and see if we can figure out what our prizes are. Our Garbodor Trubbish line is available to us. Both our Shaymins are. We have all our Tauroses. Looks like we have one Crushing Hammer. Our Enhanced Hammer is prized. So Crushing, Enhanced, Nest Ball. Looks like an Ultra Ball. A Lysandre. And a Float Stone. Okay, so nothing major is prized, so that's nice. Let's go ahead and grab this Shaymin. And we're gonna parallel him down just to make sure that he can't play any Shaymins, as well as make him have to discard that Darkrai with the Fighting Fury Belt or that Yveltal, whichever one would be nice. Unfortunately, we can't knock out this Eevee because this Assault Vest here makes our Tauros do 40 less damage. So that does suck. So we're gonna go ahead here, bench our Tauros, bench our Trubbish, and then Shaymin for 5 fresh new cards. And we get a 2 fighting Fury Belts, which is nice. We're gonna have the VS Seeker here for Sycamore to redraw cards. Losing 1 VS Seeker does suck, but it's not the end of the world. We get a Crushing Hammer, which is nice. We have a Garbodor ready for next turn. So let's go ahead and Crushing Hammer. We do hit it. We are going to discard that Dangerous Energy, even though it doesn't really matter which one we discard. Go ahead and hit this Trainers Mail. Grab a Sycamore. He concedes. So, I'm not sure why he conceded. Maybe he realized, maybe his deck wasn't refined really, and that's why he conceded. Maybe he knew that we were just going to outclass him. I don't know, but let's go ahead and grab another one. Maybe we get someone who doesn't concede, so I can actually show you who doesn't concede on my turn 1. By the way, guys, I'm coming off a cold. If you guys hear, I'm sorry for the sniveling, the cough, sniveling, coughing, or if I sound like I'm out of breath. But the water is helping, and if I have to make a cut, I'm sorry, guys. I know I say I don't like to make cuts, but if I have to, I have to, because this nose might just get to the point where I just need to blow all this gunk out. It's pretty disgusting. So we get no basics. So we're gonna 1 mulligan. Only giving out 1 mulligan, which is nice. We do have a way out of the active though, with out of the active from this Trubbish. Oh, he starts with a Shaymin, so we both have less than optimal starts here. Let's go ahead and look at our prizes. We looks like nope. Okay, so we have all our Tauros, both their Shaymins, our whole Trubbish Garbodor line. We have 1 Crushing Hammer prized, looks like. Yes, that is correct. We have 1 Crushing Hammer prized. What else do we have prized? 1 Lysandre. Yeah, 1 Lysandre is prized. 1 N is prized. 1 Fighting Fury Belt, 1 Float Stone. Okay. So nothing major is prized. Let's go ahead and drop this DCE here. I don't know if I want Parallel now. Let's wait and see what kind of deck he's playing. I didn't look at his typing. So let's just go ahead and pass off to him. I want to hold the Parallel in case we can get a really nice Parallel off on him. So he's going to level ball. This should tell us what he's playing. Okay, so this is the Decidueye Vileplume. So we really need to dig hard for that Float Stone and that Garbodor this turn. The Parallel will hit him pretty hard if he benches a lot of Rowlets and Oddishes. He's going to Trainers Mail. Finds the level ball, so he'll probably hit another. He'll try to grab another Rowlet or another Gloom or Oddish here. He grabs a Rowlet, okay. Evolves into Dartrix. Drops a double Colorless onto his Shaymin. And Sycamores. So we might get item lock this turn. That Sycamore was clutch. He draws into a Decidueye. Trainers Mail again. I'm guessing he didn't see what he likes, or he has options. Hoping he doesn't see anything he wants. Grabs an Acrobike. Plays down an Acrobike. Discards an Oddish, so that might be a Decidueye or a Shaymin, or it could have been an Ultra Ball. Discards a Lysandre and a Dartrix. So he grabs an Oddish. So it looks like we might get item locked this turn. If we do get item locked, that really does suck. He does Shaymin too. Oh wow. So this guy has pretty much got the God Start. If he gets the item lock on us, he has the God Start. The nice fortunate thing is though is that we can hopefully maybe draw a Lysandre and lock him in if he does not get hit the Float Stone before he Vileplumes. A lot of players will make this mistake of not putting down a Float Stone onto their Vileplume, and it makes it really easy Lysandre bait, assuming your opponent can hit the Lysandre assuming you can hit the Lysandre before you get killed by the Decidueye. He's gonna Feather Arrow our Tauros. Don't know why he's not going for the Trubbish. The Trubbish is the easy target. He's gonna Ultra Ball for the Vileplume, it looks like. If he doesn't grab a Vileplume here, I'll be very shocked. He does grab the Vileplume. Now, is the other card in his hand a Float Stone? It is not. And he's probably going to Sky Return us here. That way he can reuse the Shaymin for more draw next turn. And what is he going to give up to us? He's giving us the Vileplume? Really? So we're going to parallel him now down to 3, so that way he cannot use that Shaymin in hand. I don't want to use Mad Bull here, because Decidueye is a lot harder to knock out. But getting that 90 damage onto that Vileplume is not bad by any means. He has to attach 2 energies onto this Vileplume to get it out of the active, or play Olympia, one or the other. He's going to Feather Arrow our Tauros again. And then he actually puts some damage onto the Trubbish now. So we can't play anything, so we're just going to Rage knock up this Vileplume, take a prize. Actually, we might lose right here. If he has the Grass Energy, he will be able to just put the extra... No, wait, no, we don't. No, we don't. No, we don't. No, we don't. He can't knock out both. Because Trubbish has 70 HP, not 60, so he cannot knock out both our Pokemon this turn to get the win. He has to find another Decidueye to get the actual damage down. And he discarded a Dartrix earlier, so he probably does not have another Dart. He might have another Dartrix available to him. He does play an N, which is welcome because our hand is pretty much garbage. He's gonna definitely knock down this Tauros though this turn, no question about that. We find a Crushing Hammer and a Sycamore. The Crushing Hammer will be nice. He grabs a Float Stone for his... Oh, he's gonna try redo the item lock again right now. This is definitely a matchup that's not in your favor, but it's not impossible to win. He's gonna Feather Arrow our Trubbish. So we have to hit a Garbodor or another Tauros right now off this Sycamore that we're gonna play. But he does not have the Vileplume though, so that's nice. So he's gonna take his 2 prizes. Okay, so let's go ahead and Crushing Hammer. We do hit the head, so let's go ahead and discard that DCE. That just makes him get rid of the Shaymin, so we're gonna parallel ourselves because we're not gonna be able to do a whole lot with this. We're gonna Sycamore away these 2 VS Seekers because we need to draw hard and we don't have another draw support available to us. We hit the Tauros, we hit the Garbodor. We don't play the Garbodor yet though. We have to wait for the Garbodor. We're gonna discard both our ends here and grab a Shaymin. Because if we play the Garbodor first, we can't use Shaymin. So we gotta hold the Garbodor in our hand. Discarding 2 draw supports, while not ideal, is at least better than discarding our Garbodor or Tauros or that Fighting Fury Belt. All 3 of those cards are going to be important to us. We do get a second Ultra Ball. We are going to discard this Trubbish and this Float Stone and grab another Shaymin. We're gonna play the Special Charge now just to make sure we hit one. We need to hit a DCE off this Shaymin really bad. Let's go ahead and play the Special Charge and throw in the double colors back into our deck. Just up our chances of hitting it and draw 4 more cards. We do hit this, so we're gonna play that down. Evolve our Garbodor, locking him out of abilities entirely, and we're just gonna Horn Attack. Now he has to hit a double Colorless in order to even swing back at us, unless he wants to use Hollow Hunt to retrieve it. If he does Hollow Hunt, we will end him. Okay, he does not Hollow Hunt. He's gonna Lysandre out our Garbodor, unfortunately. So he did have the Lysandre. Okay, that is fine. We do have an Enhanced Hammer in hand, as well as Delinquent. We're gonna play the Delinquent though. I don't really care about lowering his damage anymore, because we're gonna just try to control him with the hammers. So making him discard 3 cards really denies him hand advantage. He has drawn through a lot of his deck. He does not have a whole lot of recovery available to him. We're going to play that Enhanced Hammer. Do we want a VS Seeker for anything now? Before that Vileplume might come out. We could grab an N and use that instead of a Sycamore. He has to Hollow Hunt though. Most decks are not running more than a 2-2-2 line of the Vileplume line. So he's gonna have to Hollow Hunt or hit a Revitalizer. And he's already played 1 Revitalizer, so he could have a second Revitalizer, or he could Hollow Hunt right now. Either one is okay. He has to have the Hollow Hunt. He's probably gonna have the Hollow Hunt though, I imagine. If he does Hollow Hunt, we will end him out, just so he does not get that lock on us. He's gonna Feather Arrow our Tauros. Why would you put any damage on the Tauros? Why would you not just pick at the Shaymins? You've seen us play 2 Parallel Cities. There's a high chance we don't run a 3rd. Because at this point, this is... Oh, it's the same amount of damage. Okay, so it does... Yeah, it's... Okay, never mind. I'm talking out my butt. He's probably gonna grab a Vileplume... DCE... DCE. Or maybe Vileplume Lysandre DCE. Vileplume Lysandre. That sounds better. Vileplume Lysandre DCE. Okay, no, he grabs Lysandre and DCE. He does not grab the Vileplume. Why does he not grab the Vileplume? We do have 1 more Trubbish available to us, and we do have 1 more Sycamore. I don't want a Mad Bull here, because I want to save that after we have some more damage on us. He's probably going to play his... Actually, let's play our own N. Let us play our own N. I want to N just as much as he does, so let's play our own N. We find the Trubbish. That is nice. Let's Trainers Mail here. We find the Crushing Hammer. Is there anything off that bench we want to kill right now? We can't knock out that Vileplume either. But I think grabbing Lysandre overall is better than the Crushing Hammer. If he has a lot of DCEs. He has 2 more DCEs available to him. We're gonna hold the Trubbish for now, and just Horn Attack him. Yes, I want to attack without touching any energy. We do have 1 more Garbodor available to us though. He's gonna play down that Acro Bike again. Discards a Dartrix. So he's not gonna go from Rare Decidueye, it looks like. Oh, that's 4 Dartrixes down. He's probably trying to dig for a Lugia to knock us out, because Lugia would be doing more damage than this Decidueye, but unfortunately he is gonna have to give up a Decidueye eventually, because even if he does he can't one-shot us with his Lugia. This Lugia is only doing 80 damage. he has to put some damage onto us with the Decidueye before he brings out that Lugia. So I'm not exactly sure what our opponent is trying to accomplish right now. Oh, I really don't know what he's thinking. Is he trying to figure out which card he wants, what Pokemon he wants to give up? Because he saw me grab the Lysandre off the Trainers Mail last turn, so he should know that that is in my hand. So playing that Float Stone really accomplishes nothing. Because even I can take the knockout whenever I want. Looks like he might be going for some damage. He's going to try to throw some damage onto us right now. We could Mad Bull GX. He's gonna feather arrow us. Are you cereal? Are you super cereal? Okay. That means he's gonna do 90. He's me doing us up to 170. So we should play Mad Bull here. We do hit the Tauros in the DCE for the next turn. We're not gonna Ultra Ball or Trubbish. I think we just hold our hand here. I think this is where we Mad Bull here. This is probably the best Mad Bull we're gonna get. Rage would not have been enough to knock it out. We do find another Fighting Fury Belt, and we do find a Nest Ball, so we can keep using Tauroses to attack with. He's probably gonna give up this Gloom because he doesn't want to give up that Decidueye, but we do have the Lysandre in hand to take that Decidueye down. We pretty much burnt our opponent out of resources, I think. It looks like he has gone through 3 of his double colorless energies and one of his revitalizers. I'm guessing his prizes might be revitalizer, double colorless, and a knowledge or glue maybe. Really unfortunate prizes. He does grab our Shaymin, trying to stall us. VS Seeker here would be like the best top deck ever, just so we can Olympia and save our. Putting some damage onto the other Tauros. Okay. Really don't know what you're doing here. We unfortunately do not have a way of getting this out of the active. So let's go ahead and just drop this Fighting Fury on this Tauros. And just pass. Okay, hits the revitalizer, which does suck. So he's gonna be able to grab the Vileplume. Actually, I don't think he will grab the Vileplume. He'll be probably grabbing a Rowlet and a Dartrix here. No, he grabs the Vileplume, okay. So this effectively makes our whole hand useless. We need to draw a DCE. Otherwise, he's just going to be taking easy knockouts on us right here. So let's go ahead and do this. We're going to Lysandre this out. Oh wait, that was a misplay. I should have Lysandre the Lugia. Oops. That was a mistake. I should have Lysandre the Lugia. That does suck. I needed to Lysandre that Lugia. Why doesn't he just put the damage onto the damaged Tauros? We're just gonna have to Sycamore here. We need to draw a switching card. We need to draw a DCE to switch out of our Shaymin here. I don't want a Sky Return. Instead, I want to do this. That way we can attack immediately. And so we hit Rage. And we got ourselves a prize here. We got a Crushing Hammer, which is nice. So he has to hit double Colorless in order to stay in this game. Actually, it doesn't even matter. Even if he does hit the double, he has to knock out this Tauros and then bring out this Tauros and not hit it. We do hit a Trainer's Mail, which could be helpful. Losing all the supporters was definitely bad. Instead puts double... Okay, so he's gonna bring out the Lugia, okay. So, Team Flare Grunt here would be awesome. Or Crushing Hammer. He gets knocked out on our Tauros. We're gonna go ahead and bring out our other Tauros that's ready to go. We'll be hitting for 110. Let's go ahead and Trainer's Mail first. We do get a Crushing Hammer. We should just grab the VS Seeker for our Team Flare Grunt. So let's grab. Actually, what am I doing? Just grab Lysandre. Make things easier. Just grab Lysandre here. And he concedes because he knows he's going knocked out. Alright. I need to make a cut, guys. I need to blow my nose and I need to use the bathroom. Sorry. Been drinking a lot of water. Been sick. Trying to stay hydrated. So I'm going to make a quick cut here. Go take care of my business and I'll be back. Alright, guys. Sorry about that. Took care of my business. Now let's go ahead and get another couple games in. I felt like that last game that we played against the Decidueye was a really good showcase of the deck. So let's see if we can get one more, maybe another good meta deck to play against. Kind of rough on this portion of the ladder, but since it's early, it's very possible. So we're going to go against a Fire Colorless deck. That doesn't tell me really much anything. Volcanion would show up as Fire Water. Litten Coin tells me maybe it's Incineroar. So we don't get anything good off of here. So yeah, it's Incineroar. Probably just Incineroar Shaymins and Volcanion-EX. Not Volcanion-EX, Volcanion, Baby Volcanion. So we do get the Tauros here. We're going first, I'll hold the Trubbish, we might not use it. What fire Pokemon would he be playing? I don't think there'd be anything with abilities other than Shaymin. The color is probably a Shaymin or maybe even a Tauros. Kind of hard to call what he would be playing right now. Really don't know. Hello. He's still selecting his starting Pokemon. He's taking a little while. Okay, so he's just gonna start out with an Oranguru. Okay. So let's go ahead and play down this Crushing Hammer. Fighting Fear Belt. Play down the Trubbish, and we're gonna Sycamore hand away here. Try to hit a Float Stone into Garbodor. Hit the Garbodor. We're gonna go ahead here and discard a Team Flare. No, we're gonna keep the Team Flare. The Sycamore's very live because of the VS Seeker. So let's just go ahead and discard both supporters actually. Go ahead and grab ourselves a Shaymin. I want to play another Ultra Ball just to draw more cards, but at the same time I don't want to lose any of the resources that we have available to us. So let's just go ahead and draw for 2. Wow. TCGO, your RNG is horrible. So we're going to go ahead and Ultra Ball, or discard 2 Ultra Balls for an Ultra Ball. Grab another Shaymin. That's actually fine because now we have the Garbodor in hand. Unless he plays an N, we should be fine. We're gonna go ahead and play the Shaymin, draw 4 cards. We grab a Nest Ball, which we don't really need. We need a we need the Float Stone. Unfortunately, we can't play Sycamore because that means we begin at both our Garbodors. We draw no DCEs and we draw through half our deck. I should look through the prizes. Oops. Oh well. Let's see what he plays here. We haven't seen any of our hammer. We've only seen 2 of our hammers yet. The Enhanced Hammer I don't think is going to be vital in this matchup because Incineroar doesn't really have a reason to play double Colorless or any other special energy. So he's going to Ultra Ball. Discards a VS Seeker and a Fire Energy, so he's probably playing Baby Volcanion. He's discarding a Fire Energy. Grabs a Litten. He's gonna bench the Litten. Plays down his Sky Field. And draw one card. We need to try to hit a double Colorless pretty quickly, though, to take out this Oranguru before it becomes a problem. We do hit a Crushing Hammer though, which is nice. We do hit the heads. I don't want a Sycamore because we would lose our Garbodors. If we don't hit a double Colorless or Float Stone this turn, we're gonna have to just evolve without the Float Stone, which is not horrible. He's gonna level ball for well, is he playing the Evolutions Ninetales with this maybe? Instruct. Draws another card. And grabs energy onto the Litten. Or is that Torracat now? He's a Torracat now. So we're gonna go ahead and drop down this. We're actually gonna play the Misties. We're gonna discard the Nest Ball. And we hit the Float Stone. So we're gonna go ahead and play down this Float Stone, locking him out of Oranguru's ability. And next turn we can Sycamore or Misties again with the VS Seeker. I really wanted to hit a DCE there though. We need to start hitting him. It's very unlikely that all four are prized. He grabs the Incineroar. The Incineroar is not going to be doing very much damage though until he starts drawing more cards. It's only be doing 30 damage currently right now. That Burning Slam though is definitely a problem. We are just going to have to deny him energy with our hammers in our team play grunts. Unfortunately though, he looks like he is stuck here because he's not going to be able to get rid of this Oranguru. So let's go ahead and Sycamore away our whole hand. We don't need a fourth Tauros really. We do hit the double Colorless, which is nice. Do we want to parallel ourselves down to... Actually, let's go ahead and do this first. Grabbing that Crushing Hammer is nice. Go ahead and Crushing Hammer. Hit the heads. We're going to go ahead and discard one of his energies off. And we're going to parallel ourselves. This still lowers his potential damage without giving up easy prizes from our Shaymins. And then let's just go ahead here and Horn Attack. Try to take out as much of this Oranguru as possible. We just have to keep drawing energy denial cards. We have one more Crushing Hammer available to us. We have one more Team Flare Grunt, plus 2 VS Seekers for Team Flare Grunts. Also, Team Skull Grunt would be nice too, just to deny him energy from hand. Gets the Sky Field. Delinquent will also work too. There's a lot of cards we can play, and he has a Max Potion too. Oh boy! So this is definitely just a Hustling Strike build. If he's playing something like Max Potion here, he's probably just trying to go for maximum damage. Unfortunately, we have killed his draw, Lava's draw. If he's playing Shaymin, we killed that draw engine. We killed the Oranguru draw engine. He has to hit a Float Stone or hit 2 energy onto his Oranguru to actually do damage with it. He's going to VS Seeker probably for Lily. Right? Lily's like, yeah, Lily's the only supporter you've played this game, so go ahead and grab the Lily. You've only played one support this whole game. And he gets nothing off of that Lily, looks like. So let's go ahead and play this Delinquent down. Make him discard 3 cards. Try to deny him options. He has discarded Lysandre, Energy, and looks like N he discarded. Yes, we want to attack that without attaching energy. So making him discard that energy was really interesting. He must have at least one more energy in hand. That's the only reason why I think he would have discarded that. He's probably going for the GX move to do more damage to knock out our Tauros. That's a one-hit knockout on our Tauros. He's probably gonna grab an N or a Lily here. Probably Lily. Grabs the Skyfield again. I would definitely be holding that Skyfield till I drew more Pokemon, but that's just what I would have done. Especially since I showed the Delinquent. If I was in his position, I would have held that Skyfield and took the one less card. Just because I played Delinquent, my opponent played Delinquent last turn. That I know he has VS Seekers left. He can look through my discard pile and see that I have 2 VS Seekers left in my deck, and know that, you know, I could VS Seeker for Delinquent and make him lose much more cards. We're playing a very slow control-oriented deck. What we need to draw though now is a Crushing Hammer or a Team Skull Grunt. Both would be nice. But we are definitely going to drop down a double Colorless energy onto one of our other Tauros here, just to make sure we have another attacker ready to go for when that Incineroar event inevitably comes down. God, words are hard. So he's going to Ultra Ball here for probably another Fire Pokemon. This guy plays really slow. Oh, he grabs the Litten. He's going to Super Rod, probably back in a bunch of energy. Yep. Now it's our turn, so let's go ahead and make sure. Ooh, Crushing Hammer. Miss it. Oh well. Go ahead and drop down this energy. There's nothing else we really need to play here. Nothing that we can play here, and let's just go ahead and Horn Attack him here. Double Colors, that's nice. I would definitely like to see some more supporters. Hustling, his GX move from Incineroar would knock out our Tauros though. But he has to have the energy. Hustling Strike is not enough. He plays the end finally. If he finds the energy off the top here, we're not in a horrible position, but we're not in a good position. We do hit our own N. And we do hit a VS Seeker. He is gonna Ultra Ball for an Entei. Okay, that is kind of scary. But we're not playing a huge bench. He's trying. He looks like he did not hit the energy, so he's gonna try to Hustling Strike us here for knockout. Hustling Strike does 20 times 500, 110. Not enough. Yet he mustn't. Either he didn't hit the energy, or he's banking on us not having. Or he's gonna wait for us, so he doesn't do anything, which is interesting. I am not going to I am going to Lysandre out a Litten and just take out the knockout on the Litten, because I need him to put some damage onto us. We grab a VS Seeker, which is nice. Not really, but we need Team Skull Grunt's really what we need here. So this is where Tapu Lele would have been nice. Looks like he's still not hitting the energy though. Knocking out that Litten really lowered his damage for later, so he evolves into Ninetales. Okay, so he's locking us out of he was trying to lock us out of stadiums. I see the concept here, but I don't think the deck. I don't think Incineroar is a card that's really great right now. I think after rotation it could see some play though. When the format overall moves into a slower direction, he's still trying to find that energy and hit it. He hasn't yet to hit it though. Hits a rare candy though to evolve into another Incineroar. Either he's playing a really low energy count or he just has really bad RNG. There's only 5 energy in the discard pile and on the board. If I was building this Incineroar deck, I would probably put somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 energy. Just because Incineroar does require 3 energy to attack. You can't use max elixirs though, unfortunately, and you can't. So maybe 12. Go with, like the Turbo Dark number, but you can't use max elixirs in Incineroar really. There's no Blacksmith. There's really not a whole lot of energy support for Incineroar, so it's kind of hard for Incineroar to exceed the position that it's in. But he's going to be taking the knockout here if he chooses to use this GX move. I would definitely use the GX move here, yep. So he takes the damage here. We're burned. We'll take the 20 tick. The flip doesn't even matter. Alright, so take his prize cards here. We do have the Team Flare Grunt though to deny him more energy. Just so he has to use Hustling Strike. And then we're just gonna go ahead here and Horn Attack. Even if he does do Tiger Swing, he can't knock. He has to hit both heads to knock out our Tauros, which he has a 25% chance of doing. If he does, we probably will lose here unless we draw into our next. Yeah, he has hit energy and he has to hit 2 heads to knock out this Tauros. Otherwise, he's probably not going to do anything. He's going to rare candy into another Incineroar here. So far, it's looking like he doesn't have the necessary energy in his deck to really support this Incineroar lineup that he's playing. The Entei is solid. I definitely would have played Baby Volcanion to recycle the energy. As well as, so my fire lineup would have been like something like you would have played a 4-3-3 line of Incineroar, a 4-2-4 line of Incineroar, followed by maybe 2 copies of Entei with 4 copies of Baby Volcanion to fill up that bench, and also recycling your energy. He does have a Pokemon Center Lady though, so he's gonna stall us out a little bit here. We do win the stall game here because I'm not going to really plan on drawing any additional cards here. I'm never going to play this N I'm sitting here in my hand. I am going to VS Seeker though for another Team Flare Grunt though if he does not play another energy. Otherwise, if he does play the energy and doesn't hit us, it doesn't knock us out, we can VS Seeker out. We can Lysandre out a Incineroar and knock it out pretty easily. So he does hit the energy. Looks like he's gonna risk it for the biscuit, which he pretty much has to do because he has really no other option. So he has to go for it right here, really. And he doesn't hit, and he only hits 1 heads. Now this thing has 250 HP. Rage will be doing 100. Mad Bull GX will be doing 240 damage, not enough, so we need to hit a Fighting Fear Bell here if we want to knock out this thing right now. We're going to go ahead and grab that VS Seeker though. We're going to VS Seeker here. Now do we VS Seeker for the Delinquent to put him in top deck mode, or do we VS Seeker here for a Team Flare Grunt? I think with the Team Flare Grunt, because we do not have our next Tauros ready to go here. So I think Team Flare Grunt is a safer move here. And we're just gonna hit him with Rage for 100. If we had hit the If he had hit the heads or if he hit the Fighting Fairy Belt, we would have done Mad Bull GX here just to wipe out his energy off the board. He only has 12 cards left. It's very likely that he might not have enough energy to support this deck. And it doesn't look like he has a way to recycle the energy. He played one Super Rod earlier. He could play Energy Recycler, which would put Fight Energy back into his deck. That's definitely something that I would have included if I was playing a build like his. And he's gonna try to Tiger Swing again. He needs to hit one heads, just one heads. He's gonna NS though, which is cool. We might draw a DC off the top. We do not. Town map. Okay, so we get to see his prizes now. Ah, he is playing the Baby Volcanians. They're just prized. Oh, that feels bad. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, that makes me sad. One. Oh, he misses both heads. Oh. Oh, that's really bad luck. So we don't need the Sycamore here. We're in a good position, so we're just gonna go ahead and Rage, knock it out. Oh, this guy has horrible RNG. I am so sorry. If I could say your name, but I feel bad. I'm sorry, man. If this guy ever sees this video, I am so sorry. But no matter what, we are gonna Mad Bull GX here and win the game. There's no way he can. Even a single Fire Energy is not enough. Well played, and we win. Alright guys, so I think we're gonna call that a day. We got two really long games that really showed off the deck here. Tauros Hammers is definitely a really good deck to play. It's very, I don't want to say consistent, but it actually is very consistent, and it does what it accomplishes to do very well. You aim to control what your opponent is doing on the board with things like your hammers, your Team Flare Grunts, Delinquent, Team Skull Grunt, and Parallel City. All those cards are really great control cards. Combo that with the fact that Tauros is a card that a lot of people don't want to hit. Makes it a very strong deck to play right now, and has actually done very well at some regionals lately. Never quite making top 8, but definitely up there. I definitely think this is a deck that as you play it more, you'll get better with the deck. And it's definitely a strong deck to climb with now. This particular kind of control deck I feel like is very strong. I have yet to find a lot of really bad matchups. I think the worst matchup, the Decidueye Valpo is definitely not a fun matchup. It's definitely heavily swayed into Decidueye's favor in my opinion. And it all comes down to who gets down the block first. If they get Vileplume down first, you're gonna have a hard time. If you get the Garbodor down, they're gonna have a hard time. In fact, if you get the Garbodor down, they pretty much have the Lysandre and knock it out with a Decidueye or a Lugia. Making Mewtwo though is definitely possibly a problem, just because they can change the damage off of you, making you have no damage on your Tauros, and then later damage change you back in. But it's kind of a tricky situation there in that matchup. I would have showed you guys that matchup if I could, but overall, guys, if you guys have the cards for this deck, go ahead and build it. It's not budget friendly because it plays 2 Shaymins, but if you got the Shaymins, you got the Tauroses, you probably have the rest of the cards. Go ahead and play this deck. It's a lot of fun. I definitely enjoy it. I'll probably be playing some more after I end this video just to have fun and climb the ladder with. It's really fun. Till then, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of the deck and what you guys think of the control playstyle overall. Control is a kind of a, I don't want to say foreign, but a forgotten about concept in Pokemon because of how aggro has been so prevalent lately. And until then, guys, peace out. See you next time.
No, for sure.
Seriously, because I don't have top of it. Oh yeah.
The big card's always
The big card can't even fit on the screen.